Hey everybody, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to come in. Just wanted to recap some of today. I thought about going live, but the market was just a bit choppy. And it was just gonna really be a bore for me. We got more of the action in the first part of the day, and then it just kind of went blah. So just wanted to pop on, reiterate the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. I do have a different Cyber Monday for Facebook, but again, over here on YouTube, I just let the cat out the bag. I have not ended the Black Friday deal link. And if you cash at me or if you Zelle me, the price still stands, but the link will die tonight. It will go away. But Jerome Powell is speaking to tonight, I believe at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm a little bit skeptical about what he's going to say. We saw a run up last week due in what could be the starting of a Santa Claus rally. And so we had a little bit of pullback today, but we came back and filled that gap. As soon as the market opened, popped down to support and it held, tried to fill the gap, rejected, and we were able to make it over. And you can see my level of alert. Please add this to your alerts. 682.79 kept being a constant factor that kept going off. Once we close above that level, I think we're going to run quite hard. Can we still make it to 700 by the end of the year? We truly can. I mean, just looking at the ATR being $4, we only need $20 to be at 700, and that could be done in a matter of 5 days. It could be done multitude of different ways. But we did hold at close 680. So I took just as a lotto play a 685 call because I don't think he's going to say anything crazy. I could be wrong, but I was just like for 20 something bucks. If it's a gamble, if he says something nice to the market and it runs, this is going to be a nice pop play for tomorrow. But today you can see what I was looking at. We had the gap to fill, bouncing inside of the gap. Today was more of a scalper day. It's a trend up, but you still needed to scalp because these pullbacks will wipe out your calls, pullback wiping out your calls for that continuation. But this was the goal here. After we hit that area, you can see we could not push above. There was a pullback. This was the pullback I was looking for all day. I was like, I don't really trust this. I think it's going to retrace because it got the pullback here. This one sold off quite nicely. I had it on my watch list, and I told everybody 68.15 was my target for SPX. So if we go over to the SPX chart, we were getting here. I caught the 68.15. If I cut my indicators back on VWAP and everything, again we get below VWAP. Here's that support line or the lower band one of VWAP, putting us at 815. So that was my target, 68.15 on this pullback. And I told everybody no calls until we can close above. Got above, could not get above or go and test upper band two. Traded back down into the box, and that was a strong confirmation below upper band two, below upper band one. And these are standard deviations away. Break through there, break through VWAP down to standard deviation one or lower band one. So that was a strong sentiment, a pullback. I knew that area, that contract went from about 110 to about 680. It might have got a little lower than that on that wick, but it was a very nice move. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm anticipating seeing. Oh dang, I'm always forgetting to kind of see who's popping in. Big time from prison. I invest in me. There you go. Definitely got to invest in yourself. Yourself, KT Table. Thank you for joining. So again, I'm anticipating um Powell coming through, not saying anything too spicy. Hopefully, um, he does say something nice to the market. I don't even know what he's gonna say. He does not usually come on this late. It's usually in the afternoon, an hour or two before the market closes on a Wednesday. But we got him. We're gonna see Bricky 7. I've been doing this for 5 years. I think I'm pretty good. Most people say I'm great, but it all depends on what you consider good. I've been at it for a while. It's afforded me. You can go based off P&L. You can go based off the lifestyle that I live or the one that I try to present. So I enjoy it. It's allowed me to retire. So this is what I do. I trade full time. I mentor and teach. I always look for like proteges to try to bring up so they can teach and grab more income. So again, continue breaking down. If you were looking at the market, kind of stalled out on SPY and SPX, but I had a client this weekend in some Apple plays, and those Apple play took off. It didn't hold the market. A lot of people think, okay, who's the driver in the market when they see Nvidia or Microsoft or Google start to move? Do they really move SPY? You can see Apple never wavered throughout today. This thing has just considerably been running and running. Um, and it did not pull back. So again, the market was fairly choppy, but Apple held its ground. I do think Apple needs to find or have some more innovative items other than phones and laptops and iPads. Like, what's going to be their next innovative step, or are they going to keep recycling these same items? There's nothing wrong with that, but you'll see these companies go from growth to kind of stagnate and stay in a particular range because they don't have any more innovation. They're not bringing new things to scale. So that's what I'm looking out for them in their next coming earnings calls. If you got questions or you were looking at anything today, drop them in the chat, and I'll answer them or I'll attempt to address your concern or question. But again, Cyber Monday, I raised the prices, but I'm gonna leave um, the links up. You guys know, one-on-ones are $50 a piece. The group mentorship with newly starts on December the 6th at noon Central Time. It's usually $600. It's on sale. It's $100 off for 500. And the one-on-one mentorship for 8 weeks is 1,500. It's usually 2,000. Yes, I'm that good. Yes, I do have clients pay. I have multiple one-on-one clients that value my service, and they see it back in multitudes. They really invest in themselves to learn, be able to break down the tickers, be able to break down the problems that they're having, and have a strong foundation in the options market. It's not just a fly by night. Oh, I'm gonna follow this guru, and then it's gonna turn your account. Some people get lucky, but once the luck runs out and that person no longer wants to do this and they're on to something different, they get into real estate. Now, what do you do once your guru is no longer there? You want to have a strong foundation and understanding of how the market moves, what's the structure, what are the patterns, so you can trade and be able to fish on your own. My goal is not for you to be tied to me forever. It's not the ultimate business model for most people or investors, but it does work for me. I want you to be able to trade on your own. I want you to be self sufficient in trading and not have to wake up and see what I'm doing. We all should be able to look at the market and see the same setup, take the same trades, even if we're not getting the exact same entry, and be profitable. So, yeah, today was a good day. Again, based on my trading and how I trade, I would have been looking at Apple at a close of about here and then getting into probably some two. I don't think it's a 277, but probably a 280 or a 280 250 contract. And those contracts would have printed money. Nothing about this tells you it's bearish. You're staying above VWAP. You're bouncing in between upper band one and upper band two. I'm trying to test upper band three, but this thing was just expanding out. Nice leverage. Just a great contract or play on a more trending ticker today versus SPY. Everybody knows I trade SPY. Um, but today, Apple was a contender. I also told people to start looking at Bull, which is, and this is all educational purposes, not financial advice. But I told people Bull under 9 was attractive. I'm up about 3% or so. I got in under $9, so it's still running. Looks to be Bull is bullish. So I like them at this area just to start building a portfolio. I think they're great for investing. I am going to be listening to their earnings calls to see how they want to play out their growth. But this looks good. I like Bull. My other rookie of the year is SoFi. This thing is just keeps on roaring. It goes up, it comes down, but it keeps holding strong. Look at that. Look at that pullback and just stride back up. So from 23 back to 29, we're going to have some resistance at 30 and 31, and then the all-time high a little above 32. But I had it on have it on marker to hit 40 by the end by January. So we'll see if it still stays the course. It's still moving up good. Strong support. It provides a lot of value. Great company for investing. And to utilize all the skills you have, high yield savings account, you got checking account, you have options trading, you have mortgages, you have student loan refi. They just offer a lot of, and they have crypto. So they just offer a lot of value. And you get rewards for signing up. If anybody signs up with SoFi and you use a referral link, I believe you get like $50 or $25 if you deposit. If you want that link, just drop SoFi in the comments. I'll definitely add it back and tag you. But yeah, I like SoFi. That's my rookie of the year. I have not gotten. I haven't started my watch list for next year, other than to look at SoFi. Maybe looking at a little Tesla or the TSLL. And Amazon. Amazon's high on my list. I don't think, just with the times and what's going on with tariffs and everything else, I think Amazon is going to be the one that stands the test of time. It still has a lot of growth. They keep expanding. They've expanded from just being books to being like the new eBay to being grocery. You got pharmacy now, so they're taking over a lot of areas and avenues. So I want you guys to keep Amazon on your list of companies that you just invest in or you look out for. Amazon is doing their thing. If you're on like strike from different companies, I definitely understand that. But I think about when it comes to the strikes and when people start boycotting. If you're gonna do one, do all, and if you're not gonna do it, you can have your select few. But people harp on, oh, you're still buying from Amazon, and they do this, this, and that. And I'm like, hey, did you brush your teeth today? Do you know who supplies your water? You don't know what their values are and what that company promotes. So I like to keep it clean cut across the board. But I am invested in Amazon. So again, if we go up on let's cut out all the noise, go up on a much higher time frame, we can see, look at that V recovery, support down here at 215. We could see a driver back to this 250 area. We're getting right over another resistance area. So that if this can close over 235 or so, we're going to be bullish until about 243. That's going to be a nice recovery. If you can't quite see what I mean by that, let me draw a path for you. Also, if you don't have TradingView and this is what I chart and study on, get TradingView right now. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and 4th of July are the best times to grab TradingView. This sale will not last long. Like I hate when I'm trying to stop this thing and it won't cut off. There we go. So this is the pattern that we see. We can see this V recovery starting, and so this looks more bullish sentiment. It doesn't mean there won't be pullback. You can see as this was dropping down, we did get a push up, drop down, then push back up. So again, I like Amazon. It's already up slightly after hours. But again, if you want to see those sales, um, where's mine? Explore our plans. So we got one more day and 10 hours. So got 2 more days for this Cyber Monday sale before it ends. I went with the 70%. I did that. It's very tempting for me to just add another year, just pay for another year, and that'll get me, well, another extension. This will get me 903 days. I already got 503. This will put me at almost 3 years and have this paid up. And the price is the price. I mean, it provides a great quality. If you want to paper trade in futures, you can also do that here. You can run screeners. It's just a great product. If you're using Thinkorswim and you understand Thinkorswim well, you don't have anything to worry about. If you're using a broker that doesn't give you the great charting that you need and you want to use indicators, that'll be something to look at. Hey, KC Martin, thank you for typing in. If you got any tickets you want to look at, let me know. Again, I just wanted to come on briefly, talk about the market today. look at what I'm anticipating. Again, I might be back to kind of do a review on what Powell says. He is speaking this evening. If you don't know when or where or how Powell speaks, go to Forex Factory. This is going to be your best friend. And come over to, where's my calendar? There it is in the middle. We got the calendar. So I usually just come to my filters, just get USD. If you're trading Forex, you want to leave those on so you can see the different currencies. But we're just looking at this at 7 p.m. Powell's going to speak. Let's see what details we got. Due to participate in a panel discussion about his economic policy. So sometimes when he's giving out information, it could be a segue into how people feel about the market. Just since it's at Stanford, I don't think it's going to be anything too spicy. I don't think he's going to say anything too crazy, but it depends on what they ask and how his response plays out on how this would affect or if it gives a move to the market. So we're just going to wait and see. I thought it was addressed to um, like a speaking, but I mean, a public speaking, something scheduled, but this is just something at Stanford. I don't think it's going to be too spicy at all. The other thing you can do is change this so you can see the whole week. Start out here, go out, and then hit apply. And you can see the upcoming week. I like to pay attention to the red folders. Gonna have ADP farm on Wednesday. PMI, not so much. Unemployment claims were spicy back in September, and then people kind of died down from it, kind of became numb. Gonna have core PCE on Friday, so this could be a fluctuating week. I think the markets want to be robust. This is the holiday season, so people want to think that they can still buy. If they see the market selling off, they're going to want to pull their money out the market. They're not going to really want to buy. They're going to want to save. So it's kind of a hoarding feature. So we want to see if people are bullish about the market. Are we going to get that true Santa Claus rally? And that's what we want to do. I hope everybody. I don't think I talked to you guys since Thanksgiving. I ran the sales, so if you're new here, drop where you're checking in from. If you have questions about starting to learn how to trade, what brokers you need, how do you navigate, if you have any of those things, let me know. Took today to play in Thinkorswim. I'm going to chart and trading view and buy options in Thinkorswim. Perfect. So you guys, if you're old school or if you're new, you don't know what TOS is. TOS is Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim got bought out by Charles Schwab, so you'll see both of those alerts. You might see a little interchange with people saying Schwab or TOS. Springfield, Missouri. There you go. So again, easy enough. I mean, the market's really did what they do. The retracement of gaps following the VWAP. You could easily see plays. You just had to be take profit when you saw profit. But that's all for today. I didn't have a lot. Unless you guys have any tickers you want to talk up. TOS is definitely not intuitive. No, it's not user friendly. It's not for the week, but they do have a lot of tutorials out on how to navigate and how to use it. So don't take those tutorials for granted. There's a lot of popular channels where you can watch on how to navigate and get comfortable with using Thinkorswim. But most people just start with Robinhood. But there are quite a few other brokerages that are popping up in trading platforms. Yeah. But this is going to be short and sweet. Like I said, we'll come back and see how the markets are moving later this evening after Powell has spoken. Again, I don't think it's going to be too spicy. We may get a little bit of pop up, see if we go on and get a head start into the rally. Remember, Wednesdays our usual pullback, even if we are trending up. So keep that in mind. And you all have a good rest of your day.